Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first official installment of the Hills Adventist Podcast.
Today we'll be talking about connections, and we have people from our school community who joined us to help us reflect upon connections together.
Please say hi to Twisha and Kiara. So we are going to ask them questions about year 7 camp, which they recently went to. And I'll ask the first question to Kiara. What was something that pushed you out of your comfort zone at camp?
Definitely the zip line. It was kind of scary, but then my friends kind of encouraged me to go on it.
That's good. So maybe the support of your friends and then them just being there kind of helped you out, right? Okay. The second question is, was there a moment where you felt truly connected to everyone in your year group?
Yeah, it was probably when we were doing the raft building. I was in a group with like a few people from my class. We were doing the raft building, and where I felt connected is like we were like helping each other out, like build the raft.
So basically you can say that teamwork kind of like helped build more connections and you got to know your people better.
Yeah.
And research shows that when you're like facing some challenges as a group, then you tend to like adapt to it and then make more friends because you find out like things you'll have in common and stuff like that. Okay. The third question is, how did camp help you build new friendships?
I built my friendships with the girls in my cabin because we spent lots of time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last question is, how did camp change the way you see your classmates?
My classmates were pretty like nice in camp. They were like encouraging everyone to do good. And even in the raft building, the race was like, we did like a race and then it was like pretty fun because everyone was like cheering for each other.
Yeah. So basically probably like build more friendships. And one thing is that in your first year of high school, like those friendships mainly last a lifetime. So maybe Kiara would be with you for the rest of your life. You just don't know. Okay, thank you so much for answering these questions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so we have 3 more people for our year 7 camp. So y'all can introduce yourselves.
I'm Neva.
I'm Hashvi. And I'm Tiana.
So we just wanted to ask you what your favorite thing and what the funniest thing that happened at camp was.
So, my favorite thing at camp was, is that, the sailing and the zip line. And, the funniest thing, I didn't really have anything, but, like, everyone was, like, really chaotic on the second night. So, like, yeah.
Well, the best thing was definitely the sailing. I wasn't expecting it to be that wet. I kind of thought it would be a normal boat where you'd ride on it and sit there and just look at the waves, but I was in the ocean.
Like I was part of it.
The funniest thing, there's not a lot of funny things, honestly, but the funniest thing would be in my cabin little story time, guys. On the second night, on the second night, I was just chatting with my friends late at night, right? And then, like, I didn't know we were that loud because the teacher came in. She was like, "Girls, it is 12 o'clock. Every other cabin is asleep now. I'm telling you, go to sleep now. Someone's coming outside with me." So we all acted like we were asleep. She was there. She was just looking at us for like 5 minutes before she left. It was very, very beautiful and scary. Yeah, thank you. Okay, your turn. For me, the funnest thing was probably also the sailing because, like Hashvi, I was also a part of the ocean. Actually, no, I was actually taking a second shower. But anyways, and also the funniest thing was not funny at all for me, but for everyone else apparently it was funny because the people in my cabin were basically flashing the flashlights, and one person had my flashlight, so at this point they basically drained all the battery. And then they basically had a whole disco party until Mrs. Stain came to our cabin like 5 times and then said, "Please go back to sleep. Everyone else is already sleeping." And then I'm like, "Please guys, sleep." And everyone's like, we'll do it later.
And they just continue on until I just finally fall asleep. Beautiful story. I know.
So beautiful.
So touching.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for coming on to our podcast. Love hearing your funny stories from camp. For this segment, we're doing Swimming Carnival, which took place earlier this term. And for guests, we have...
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm the Fitzroy House Captain.
And I'm Chloe, the Denison House Captain.
Thank you for being here. So the first question is, what makes house spirit so powerful?
I think just everyone getting involved and like being proud of your house and everything. Like even if you're losing, but you're still proud, like it makes house spirit like that much more powerful and everything. And then just everyone getting involved, everyone being there and everyone being supportive as well just makes it a little bit more powerful.
Yeah, apparently schools with like strong house system supports, like they report that they have like higher engagement in like such events.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good engagement this year, especially for the, I forget what it's called, but the big race where we have 7 minutes to compete. Like we had just so many people just keep going. I was even involved and I have not swum in a swimming carnival for years. And I was like bumping into people. There was so many people in the lanes, so that was really good.
Yeah, that's great. How does friendly competition build connection?
I think that without friendly competition, you don't really have much of a swimming carnival. And so just with that, building connections through friendly competition, it sort of makes the day so much more entertaining. Because, you know, you're racing towards the end of the pool. It's your friends beside you. But then you've also got that sense of, oh, should we do something funny? Should we flip into the pool? Should we cannibal?
Silly salmon.
Silly salmon, you've done that. But then, then you're like, oh, wait, I've got to beat them to the pool. And then you sort of kick in. And then you just at the end of the pool, you're like, after the 200-meter individual medley, which not a swimmer, me and Mike were both dying. I think there's a photo, we're both on the floor just collapsed, and I think Miss Grolly put us in the recovery position. But that was great. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that's great. What moment made you most proud of your houses?
I definitely think the Great Race. So as the house captain, I swam to the edge of the pool first, and then I stayed at the end of the pool and pulled everyone out of the pool so they could go back around and do more laps. And so with that, I saw people at the end of the pool. They were dead. They were just tired at their wits' end. But no, they got back up out of the pool. They were only allowed to walk around. They couldn't run. But I'm sure if they could run, they would have. And they got back in. They kept on swimming. And it was a long 7 minutes. Like, I was super proud of Fitzroy for doing that.
Great team-based events, like they strengthen unity between each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And final question, how do carnivals bring people together?
I think just like, I'll just base it off like us house captains especially. Like we're all friends, but we decided to like make a house captains group chat, and we decided to make a theme that would fit all of us and connect all of us. So we ended up doing superheroes, and then Fitzroy did minions. So it was a bit like
not many
yellow superheroes, but kind of on theme. So then we all were like just connected, and we were all just like having fun. And it wasn't just the normal like you have Denison, Fitzroy, Phillip, and Hunter. Like in a way, we were all connected but still having that competition, and it was just like all really fun. And then all the people, like I love that in our swimming carnival, like we're not separated by houses, we're separated by grades, so we're still like connecting with the other houses, and there's still that like friendly competition between each grade, between the houses and everything. So
oh yeah, well, great answers, and thank you for coming on, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So our next group of people are for the peer support. Today we have Lisha and Jenny. Oh, one of our questions is, what is peer support?
Like peer support is what year 11s do. It's the connection between year 11s and year 7s. Year 7s have a transition from junior school to middle school, and it can be quite tough for them. So as year 11s and as senior students, we help them adapt to the change and through activities and connections with their peers and friends.
Why is peer support important in building connections across your groups?
Well, I think it's just like knowing other people from different grades. Like if I hadn't done peer support, I wouldn't have built connections with people in year 7 because they're a lot younger than me. And yeah.
Okay. How does leadership strengthen your community?
I think leadership strengthens the community as you have one person who guides a lot of people who are not really in the right path, and it can always help an entire community together follow a correct path, I guess.
Studies say that students with a mentor are more likely to report feeling safe and supported at school.
Yeah, that's
Do
probably
you feel like that kind of relates to you?
Yeah, that's probably true. I agree with that. As we're doing peer support, it's been 2 weeks since we've done it, and I think we've already built a lot of connections with the students we're working with. It's very fun.
Okay, what impact have you seen in like peer support that has an impact on like the younger kids?
Well, I think they're more like engaged and stuff. Like first week, everyone's still shy, but then second week back, we're more familiarized and stuff. And they're more willing to talk to us and ask us questions. And maybe we can become like people that they're willing to tell their problems to us and support them.
Yeah, studies say that cross-age friendships increase resilience and confidence.
The last question of today is, how has being involved like changed your personality?
I think in getting involved in peer support helped me personally, as I got to know a lot of people, the different personalities that they have, how to connect with the younger generation who have experienced less than me, and seeing how they connect with older people, and also how we communicate with each other and how we build connections. I think that helped me personally.
Okay, that was some good advice. Well, thank you for answering, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. For this segment, we'll be focusing on Week of Worship, which happened at the start of this term. And with us today, we have Pastor Jess, Ethan, and Chloe. Pastor Jess, what made this Week of Worship so different from our previous Week of Worships?
So our Term 1 Week of Worship is really unique because it's completely run by our Year 12 students. They do all the hard work. They do, so much practice, so much organising. Every single Year 12 student has a job, which is really cool to see it all come together to this greater purpose. To the point where they're preaching, they're leading worship. And I think just having the oldest leaders of our school really set the tone, and that spiritual emphasis that we value so much as a school is such a great way to start the year. So it's a really special week.
What does WOW aim to achieve in our school community?
I think as a school, we already stand on the spiritual side of things, the creative side of things, and the academic side of things. And I feel like the whole of Week of Worship is a focus on the spiritual side of things, the growth, the introduction to what we stand on as a school.
So I feel like maybe students involving in like acts of service, like they have like a higher report of like well-being. What do you guys think on that?
I do think like coming together. Coming together with everyone, seeing everyone do like the songs and all that does make like everyone feel better in a way, because you see everyone doing it. Like you don't feel left out in any type of way. So yeah.
And it reminds you that it's not just about yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's about a bigger purpose, hey?
Okay. So the second question is, how does service create deeper connections?
You got this, Ethan.
I feel like service requires two individuals, right? it requires a willingness, and that willingness also builds character of who you are. So the act of service also builds morale. It makes us what the ideal standard should be as a Hill student, basically, as well.
I do think it also makes you like happier in a way. Like always making sure like everything's like good and like helping people is like just good and happy, yeah.
And it's the type of thing that we want to build in our students is this active service. It's, again, reminding ourselves that this is not just about myself and making myself happy, but I think this service that it's us sharing the love of God to others through the different skills. Like these two had very different skills, very different jobs during the week. Ethan was in the band and he preached himself up the front, which was very cool. And Chloe was all backstage, so her role was very unseen, but she was the one that put all the pieces together to make it flow really smoothly and well.
Most of the time we were just looking for Pastor Jess, so.
Couldn't find me.
Like probably week of worship, sometimes like it gave like people or like students like a sense of like belonging and purpose, like, oh, we belong in this school, like look at like the people around us, they're like similar to us. Was like that kind of like what y'all felt between maybe your year group as well?
I definitely saw it in like the preaching and the singing. Everybody really came together and was like, I know backstage when like no one was in the MPC and it was just the year 12s, they would be singing together, dancing and all that sort of stuff, and it really made lots of the teachers like happy and a lot of the students happy, so I think so, yeah.
Tell them about some of the responses that we got too.
Oh, truly, yeah. Of the
On the
on the Friday
commitments, yeah.
It was actually so beautiful. Like the amount of people that gave their lives to the Lord just on one simple occasion was so beautiful. There was no pressure at all. This may have been people's first time committing. This may be a recommitment, but it's just so beautiful to see the impact of an event.
That's amazing. So the next question: why is faith and community important in connection?
Oh, am I gonna start? Okay.
Chloe, she's ready.
I think even though I think it really did just build such a big family in the school. So I think it was important for like everyone just seeing everyone like be there in a way, especially for like a lot of the preachers and all that type of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, faith on your own, I think, can feel very lonely. And especially, I think, with teenagers, we identify our faith with our family or our identity with our family, and they kind of help us define who we are. But when you become a teenager, you rely more on your friends for that kind of thing. And I think if you were on your own in your faith, it would be very hard, especially in the teenage years. And so I think seeing these guys put their own faith in action through this service is an example to the younger ones. And I think just helps them say, like, this is what we care about as a school. And it's not weird to talk about God, to talk about, you know, the love of God and Jesus and how he's changed our lives. And I think that leads a really good example for their peers, which makes a big difference.
Yeah. And so for the final question, what impact have you seen Week of Worship have on the students of this school or the teachers?
Yeah, well, I think I spoke about that a little bit earlier. But again, truly, the amount of people that step forward in their faith, that we're not ashamed at all. But even as a community, like our year 12 cohort, we've never been so close. Like, even though we've had small little events like camps, such, we've never been like that close. But this has really brought us together, and it's through Christ. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, again, I think it's like seeing your friends do it too makes you feel way more comfortable. Yeah.
Do you guys think that giving like others strength or like empathy, like kind of like builds community bonds and stuff? Like when you're giving.
Yeah, for sure. It does. It certainly makes like sure that other people feel seen and like heard in a way. Yeah.
I think when our student preachers shared their stories as well, it was their personal story. And I think that pulls into that empathy, is that they can be like, I felt that too. Or like, I resonate with Ethan or other like preachers, because they're so relatable at the similar age, similar experiences. I think that part really helps. Like having student preachers for this week is such a highlight for me.
Well, thank you guys for those amazing answers for Week of Worship. And this is the end of our podcast. You can end it like that. I don't know what order.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks for all the guests for joining us, especially these guys and their amazing answers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.